All right, I told you guys we would be back, and we are back. It is about 8:30. It's dark. There is no moon. It's perfect. So we're gonna go check it out. Let's do it. So this is one of the water snakes, real common keelback, one of the checkered keelbacks here. Very, very common. And they have a nasty little bite too. So be a little bit careful with this guy. All right. So this is very cheerful, you know, walking around through all that funny little water there. The leeches here, these are aquatic leeches, and these are big. I mean, that is no joke. And I hope none crawled up my leg. But these are, that's an aquatic leech. It's big size. And when that thing is fully distended with blood, it's gonna get really, really big. Pretty gnarly. Hope I don't have any up in the sensitive regions of my legs. All right, here is a first for me, Cylindrophis. This is a pipe snake. Now these snakes are really, really interesting because their head and their tail look almost identical. Let's see if I can get the head and the tail. There's the head and the tail. That is super cool. I've never caught one of these in the wild. This is a first for me. What a beautiful animal. Sweet. They get bigger than this, about double the size, maybe triple. This is just a very small baby juvenile size. This animal was 100% in the water, and it withdrew itself into a hole. It took a bit of digging through the mud. I really didn't think that we were going to be able to see what this was, and then I saw it moving through the mud, and I grabbed it. That is so cool. Alright, so obviously the snake of the night is the checkered keelbacks. This gentleman here, he's got two of them. This one has some nice color on it. A little bit bigger size. This one's a little bit hefty. So again, very, very common out here. Here's a puff face. And it's another one of those animals with the dark belly. Very, very beautiful. This one's very stout. So here's a better view of the Homelopsis species that are up here in the northeast of Thailand. For the naysayers out there, I do not believe these to be the same as from Indonesia. I've seen hundreds of the Homelopsis buccata from Indonesia. They have white bellies. These animals have a very dark belly, and this one in particular is just absolutely beautiful with these pink colors. There's some greens, some yellows, some nice browns. This is a very, very beautiful snake. And again, I am not claiming to be the absolute expert on Homelopsis. But for the naysayers out there, I do not believe this to be the same species as the ones that I commonly see out of Indonesia. So be that as it may, it might be just a locality type, but that is a beautiful animal. And we will now do the release as we do with all of our catches. So here's another Homolopsis. This one's a little bit younger and it's very, very colorful. Let it relax. And again, this animal has the dark belly that I see so common out here. Now a lot of these snakes, this is not a venomous snake. A lot of the snakes, of course, you know, when they're hunting at night, they're in stealth mode and you reach down and grab one, they think a predator's got it, so they're gonna react, you know, somewhat aggressively, defensively. But after things calm down, you're calm, they're calm. I mean, he did try to take a nip at me, but now, you know, we're starting to be pals here. And he's starting to realize that I'm not gonna hurt him. But man, look at the color on that guy. That is really nice. Really, really pretty. Here's a little tiny baby Homolopsis, and it's gone. But I got it. So, very small baby. It's a little thin actually. Very dark belly. This little guy's thin. But there's lots of food around here, so hopefully we can fatten himself up. Up in this tree, we have a Pattaya. This is a big one. To me, I can only see the belly, and I'm thinking that it's Pattaya's fuscus. It's white belly. If you want to get in here, you can see it up high. Very, very white belly, but that is a really big animal. We will try to get it down. Obviously, out here, it can go any direction that it pleases. So we will try to harass it a little bit and try to get it down. With a little luck, we'll be able to pull it off. But that's a big animal, so it's not going to be able to be easily hidden as it's cruising out of this tree. So hopefully we'll get lucky. If it picks the direction of the water, we're in luck, because there's nowhere to hide. Alright, try to do it. Okay, it's moving, it's moving, it's moving. Okay.
มาคู่ไหมครับครับผมไหมเอาละผมแม่นี่ผมกระดานอยู่ได้
Get with him. You got it. You got it.
You okay? โอ้ผมกระดานอยู่ได้
บ่เป็นหยังค่ะมันกัดกับบ่มีพิษตัวนี้
มันกระเจ็บ
แต่มันกระเจ็บ
มันยาน
Where are you?
Back here.
ท่านโฟกัสชีพนะมันแต่ตะบานแรกกูแล้วเดี๋ยวเบื้องก่อนแล้วจะให้เดี๋ยวค่อยๆดูก่อน
They want to see it.
ดูก่อนดูก่อน
I think this is Pattaya Corals. I think this is giant Pattaya Corals. That, my friends, was a lot of work. This snake was high up in the tree. It went down. We thought it was in one spot, and it was actually, it moved all the way across to another tree. Luckily, one guy was checking that other tree while we were all working. The last place that we found it, we saw it rather, but there it is. Now this particular one, I don't always do this. we are going to tell everybody that we're taking this animal back so we can do more photographs tomorrow. We're not, but if I don't do that, this animal, these guys are going to eat it. They're already hoping that I'm going to let this guy go for them so they can go ahead and eat it. According to them, these are one of the tastiest snakes, but I am going to do my best to not let that happen to this one. All right. What a night. So early this morning, like I've said before in my previous videos, you know, these guys know that I'm here, that I like snakes. He went out in the same area that we were out last night, and he caught a whole bunch of these water snakes. These are anhydrous. There's two different species. The majority are one particular species, and there's one of a different one. And we're gonna let him go. He brought him to the house, and we're gonna let him go in this other water habitat, which is perfect. The one different one here is this one, and this one's gravid. I've already palpated, and it has 4 babies in it. Little tiny head, really big fat body. Of course, the body on this one is extra fat because it's gravid. But really neat little snakes, pretty placid. Let this one go. And they're right at home in the water. Get right down into that mud, and then that's it. These other ones here, these are same genus. They have these little tiny heads, also very placid demeanor. Neat little snakes. And so this video segment doesn't take 2 hours. We are going to do a massive release at one time. Boy, when these snakes get wet, they're really beautiful. The stripes become very prominent. So just a quick wrap up from last night's adventure herping. That was an epic night. I'm going to say well over 50 snakes, 4 different species, 5 if you count what we found in that same area earlier in the day. But anyway, I have the Pattayas here. This is Pattaya Corals. I've done some brainstorming. It's not vertically keeled like any of the other Pattayas. This is a Corals, Pattaya Corals. The thing that threw me off is that it is just way bigger than any corals that I've ever seen. So anyway, we did get it out of those people's hands. We didn't want it to get eaten, and so we had it overnight, and we're going to release it here in this area. Some really nice water habitat and a bunch of forest and stuff. So I am going to see how this goes. So you can see that's a pretty big Pattaya Corals. That's a good 5 feet, solid 5 feet. All right, very, very cool. Wow, look at him go. Very fast. He is up that bush, up that tree like nothing. All right, cool ending. I'll tell you what, last night that was a lot of fun. That was a first time for me, and that Cylindrophis, the pipe snake, was also another first for me. Very cool. And actually, a lot of the people that were with us last night and my wife's family have never even seen a cylindrophus before, a pipe snake. This stuff they've seen, all the other stuff they've seen, but they've never seen the cylindrophus. One very interesting thing, if you want to take any of this information and apply it towards captive husbandry, cylindrophus right into the mud. Right, I mean, I didn't think that they were 100% aquatic, but my mind has completely changed. So for captive husbandry, you're talking about water habitat, mud, and I think that's the hot ticket with those guys. But anyway, great time out here.